Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your friend Siren Frost, and I'm coming at you with a deck profile today. This is a combination of Harpie Ladies with WindWitches. Now, for some reason, one day I just played Harpie Ladies just for fun. I was gonna make another Harpie deck, but then, I realized, it just dawned on me that I can make WindWitches too. I had WindWitches in my binder for so long, ever since Raging Tempest came out. And I never once played them because I was trying to figure out a deck to build them in. Now, I'm not going to go for the usual LES or Elion, or what his name is, Architect, Invoker, WindWitch bullshit thing. That just wasn't really me. I just had no real intention of making that deck, personally. And I'm not really considered a top tier, I'm not really a meta player. So I don't really fall in that category of making those decks, and I choose not to make those decks because they don't really mesh with my playstyle, my personal playstyle. People have always tell me that, you know what, you gotta start being like a meta player. You gotta start doing the same meta decks. You gotta do, you guys gotta do this, you gotta do that. That's how you're winning. And I win on my own terms. If I win some, I lose some. It won't matter to me, as long as I am having fun. And fun should be the #1 priority in this game. That's what I'm going to say. So, without any further ado, let's get on the deck profile. Sorry for babbling like that. I play 3 Harpie Lady 1s just simply because, as long as she's on the field, she gives all wind monsters 300 extra attack points. Next, we're playing 3 Harpie Queens to search out for Harpie's Hiding Ground. And then we got 3 Channelers to make rank 7 plays. Or rank 4s, whatever you need from their Harpies. Go crazy on their ass. And then for the last of the Harpies, we got 2 Harpies Pet Dragons for the rank 7 plays. And if you have him on the field, as long as you have Harpie monsters on the field, he will gain 300 attack and defense for every Harpie monster you control. So, it's a very, this piece right here is one of the most top-notch classic feels to it. I would have had Harpist and Dancer, but they're not really what I prefer, if that makes any sense. But that's just me. Now, for the Spellcaster section, we actually are playing 3 of the playsets of WindWitches. So we're playing 3 Ice Spells, 3 Glass Bells, and 3 Winter Bells. Winter Bells in here for the tuning because we are playing Synchro monsters in this deck. And Glass Bell just searches out for another WindWitch from the deck to and adds straight to the hand. From the deck to the hand. And Ice Bell, she special summons herself if you have no monsters on your side of the field. And you can special summon another WindWitch from the deck. And on top of that, besides all that, sorry, I'm not even speaking today. Ice Bell basically burns your opponent for 500 life point damage. I almost said life points. I don't know. Okay, so with that being said, sorry for being tongue-tied. For my final monster, I'm playing 2 copies of WindRose, the Elemental Lord. Since I don't have my Feather Duster at the moment, since it's still on the ban list, WindRose can fill in that spot, as in a monster form. As long as you have exactly 5 monsters within the graveyard, as long as they're wind-type monsters, you can special summon WindRose. And then when she's special summoned, all your opponent's spells and trap cards that he or she on the field has are destroyed. Now, the downside to using WindRose is that if it leaves the field, you have to skip your battle phase next turn. That's the sucky part. But as long as you make a good, I'm not gonna say make good plays because you'll never have the time to make them. You can burn your opponent all you want with Ice Bell and destroy his or her spell or trap cards on the field with the Harpies. These two, they could intertwine with each other. They could. They really do intertwine. Plus, since Harpies are mostly level 4s, and Ice Bell is level 3, and Snow Bell is level 1, you can make like rank 7, rank 8, rank 9s, levels. I am not thinking today, guys. I'm so sorry. Wait, I'm not that sorry. But the point is, you can synchro summon like a motherfucker and exceed like a motherfucker. There, I said it. Done deal. I don't know why that's so hard to say. For spells, I'm playing 3 Harpie's Hunting Grounds because we want to blow shit up even more for every Harpie that's been summoned. For every time a Harpie or Harpie sister is summoned, blow a card up. That's all it is. And as long as on the field as well, all your Wing Beast monsters gain 200 extra attack and defense. Next, we're only playing two elegant Egotists because Harpie Lady 1 is the only card you can search out with that. So, yeah. Then we're also playing the new edition, 2 Wonder Wands. I've seen some people play 3 in different decks featuring the WindWitches and the Evolkers, but I think 2 is essential just for WindWitches. So, if there's not enough space for Synchro Summoning with the last Snowbell, you can just use this on that card, sacrifice, send it to the grave, and draw 2 cards. So, it can only work with a Spellcaster deck. So, everyone's kind of thinking, is this going to work? Is this going to be an epic fail? Don't fucking judge it because it's not a top tier meta deck, okay? I'm sick of hearing that shit. Now, for staples, or I call staples, is I'm playing 1 Mind Control, 2 Twin Twisters, a Raigeki, and a Dark Hole. You know why? We want to blow shit up and take someone... Basically, this is like taking your mother and fucking her in the process. There you go. That's kind of wrong for me to, use that phase, but that's just how the reference I'm going to use. Because right now, I can't think shit. For traps, I'm playing 1 Hysteric Party because you'll never actually get your chance to use your Harpies unless you're in a dire situation. Now, I usually want to play 2, but I think 1's very good at the moment because we want to try this whole new... The whole point about Yu-Gi-Oh, guys, Yu-Gi-Oh is about creativity, and that's why I stick by. Then we're playing 2 Harpies Feather Storms. This is another riff roll to Feather Duster. Now what this card is, if you control a Wing Beast type monster on the field, until the end phase of the turn, negate any monster effect your opponent activates. If you control a Harpie monster, you can activate this card from your hand. If this card is in its owner's hand, if this card is in its owner's spell and trap card zone is destroyed by opponent's card effect, you can add 1 Harpie Feather Duster from your deck or graveyard back to your hand. So that's a good thing, but at the moment we don't have Feather Dusters, and that's a sad thing. And you can't use it to revive WindRose. I wish you can, that'd be awesome. So I'm playing 2 Storm Mirror Forces and 1 Solemn Warning. So there's 6 traps. I'm gonna make some changes once I figure out what I want and figure out how it's gonna do. Now I don't have a side deck quite yet for this deck. This is a fun deck for me to play and see what else is going on. But for the extra deck, I'm playing 2 Winter Bells because we want to burn more damage to them. As long as you have a WindWitch in the graveyard, it could be another copy of Winter Bell. If you lost the first one, you get a second one. And you can burn your opponent for nearly 1,400 life points. So this can help you win games in certain situations. The downside is you cannot attack in a turn you use that effect, which fucking sucks. Next, we got 1 Clear Wing, just to negate shit, and a Crystal Wing to negate even more shit, which I love. 1 Stardust Dragon, 1 Trishula, 1 Mistworm, and 1 Leo. Now, you all can just put a stop line on here and saying, wait, why Leo? Simple. Level 10 monster, has effect like a motherfucker, a 31k beat stick, cannot be targeted by any of your opponent's card effects except during your main phase 2, which means your opponent has to wait till main phase 2 to activate anything at all. Like, if they have a trap card that can, like Mirror Force, you can't activate it. This card is not destroyed by any of your opponent's card effects. You will still take the hit. You're gonna get wrecked by a lion. There you go. And Mistworm is basically in here just to target up to extra deck monsters and spells and traps. So, yeah. And then we all know we love Trishula. For the Exceed part, we're playing 2 Phantasmal Dragons because I love this card to pieces. Harpies have always been my number 1 thing ever since Metal Raiders, and I stick by the Harpies all the way. Now the downside is, this monster has required 3 level 4 wind type monsters. But this card, as long as it has materials on it, it can attack your opponent directly. It can't be targeted or can't be destroyed by... It cannot be targeted for an attack or by card effects as long as you control a Harpie monster. Harpie monsters on your field cannot be targeted or be declared an attack on. But downside is you have to detach a material at the end phase. But you have 3 chances to burn your opponent to smithereens with this. They can't do anything with it. They can't. Then we're playing 2 Lightning Chidori's just to bounce shit back in the deck, the top or bottom. Wow, that's amazing weird fucking. 1 Castell and 2 Big Eyes. You're all like, what the hell are you smoking? Let's just say this is something that I love. I love taking somewhat controls. I love control decks. To me, this deck, it has the ability to burn, control, bounce. It's a very versatile deck. And I think so many people underestimate Harpies because they're not meta decks anymore. They're not everything that what players are looking for. But, yeah? Yeah, give me 1 second, please. I'm almost done. Sorry, guys. My uncle was just saying I need to go run a dog outside the front yard to let her play. But anyways, that is the conclusion of the deck profile debut of Harpie Witches, featuring WindWitches and Harpie Ladies. Now, let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this deck profile. There are always going to be a full deck list in the description box down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. And be sure to, if you want, you can subscribe, rate, comment, you know, especially comment, guys. Come on. This is what it's all about. I love this deck more than anything. I love Harpies ever since I was younger. Show some love, show some support, and let me know what you guys think about this deck. You guys want me, what changes should I make? But anyways, guys, that's all I have for this today, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Siren Frost, thanks for watching, and take care. Bye!